All right, let's take a look at the chart action for Quant QNT, and this is on the Binance chart. This is actually a user requested chart. I actually saw a TikTok about this coin earlier, and so a user requested it, and let's check it out. So what I think I want to do too is I'm going to set up a Patreon, and what I'll do is I still have to figure out the tiers and stuff like that, but I was thinking it'd be cool to do like one tier where you can request videos, and I could do like a certain amount of videos for you for like a certain amount of time period, like once a week or something like that. So I'm not really sure. We'll have to kind of see what happens with that, but I'm setting up Patreon, and yeah, I'll let you guys know when it's done. But anyways, let's look at this chart. So we have support right here, and right here, and then we have some resistance right here, and right here pretty much. So what I'm gonna do is draw some trend lines. I'm gonna use these candles, these thicker candles, something like this. We're going to use these areas right here. And then the same with the bottom. Just use these thicker candle areas right there. Draw a trend line, something like this. We could probably move up to like the 4-hour, the daily time frame. And that'll give us even a better idea of what these candles kind of look like. So this is on the daily time frame. It kind of looks like almost like a falling wedge, something like this, and it looks like we're testing that top trend line right now, something like that. Maybe even a flag pattern, actually. There's a big run up and then consolidation going to the downside, but this is actually a pretty bullish pattern. If we go to like the 4-hour time frame, this is a pretty good view. I think this is probably the view that I'd want to watch. We can do the trend line to the candles. And see, it looks like we got that bottom support line, kind of something like that, more of like a triangle pattern. Anyways, let's watch this top trend line right here and this bottom trend line, something like that. I'm thinking watching the 4-hour time frame. If we could break above this trend line right here, then I think we can maybe target from the top to the bottom of this triangle, something like this. Drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of around 186, somewhere around there. And we actually had previous resistance all in that area right there. Resistance, all in this area right here. So somewhere around 186, we could also maybe look at like 178, somewhere around there. If we break to the upside, I would say if we break to the downside, we would probably look at support on previous support. So that'd be maybe around 126 or maybe around 121. Something like that. That's what I would probably be looking at if we get a break to the downside. If you want to target this as a flag pattern, something like this, which it kind of looks like as well, we could do from the bottom to the top of this flag, something like that. I would do from the top to the bottom of these candles, and then drag that to the breakout, and we'd be looking at something like a possible 230 target. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I would probably target the triangle pattern at first, maybe even just look to retest the previous highs before we start trying to get the flag pattern. But if we break above this previous top right there, then we could probably start looking at that as a flag and maybe target around that 230 area. Like I said, this was a user requested video. I actually haven't bought any. I don't even know if this is available on Coinbase. I don't really buy much other coins that aren't on Coinbase. The TikTok I watched said it was on Coinbase, so I don't know. I have to check. But yeah, it looks pretty good if we could break above this trend line right here. That's what I'm pretty much watching. And I think on the 4-hour time frame, you get like a really good view of it. All right, if you guys like that video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to keep up to date. Let me know about the Patreon idea.